Hey guys, then I'll take here with another video, okay? And this one here is gonna be very interesting. Today I'm working on my 2019 Hyundai Accent, and what I'm about to do is an oil change, all right? But I want you to understand that whenever you own a car, okay, whenever the oil change is due by your mechanic, or it goes by amount of mileage, like 5,000 mileage or to maybe 7,500 mileage, or every 3 to 4 months, make sure you do your oil change, okay? Because I'm a technician, and I do own this car, all right? But this car was neglected for oil change. My wife was driving this car, and the oil change was long overdue, and I didn't change the oil, so I'm going to work on it now, and let's go ahead and do this oil change. Okay, the first thing whenever you are going to do an oil change on your car is to check the level of your oil and the quality, okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to do on this car, is to check the oil quality and the level. All right, so what I have here with me, I have some tools, okay? I have my gloves, I have a screwdriver in order to remove the splash shield under the car, okay? I have my oil pan right there. All right, if you can see, the car is already on jack. I have 2 jacks on the car because I do not put it on a jack stand. I'm not going to put my whole body under the car, all right? And that's kind of risky, so don't do this at home, all right? I have a oil filter wrench to remove the oil filter, which is that one there, all right? And I have a 14mm socket, okay? I also have a 14mm wrench, double-sided wrench, that I'm going to use to remove the bolt from the oil pan, all right? Like what I said, this car oil change was long overdue, so I'm going to check the quality of the oil, okay, and to see if it has any oil in there, because the car was starting to make a rattling sound, which is bad. Whenever you hear that, that's because the metals are already rubbing together, and it could be very devastating for your car. All right, so let's check the quality and the amount of oil that is inside this car. Okay, so first I'm videoing by myself, right? So I'm going to remove the dipstick, and if you can see, this dipstick looks as if though there are no oil in the car. Okay, so I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm going to insert it again. All right. Wow. Yeah, there actually no oil in the car. Okay, let's try to get this zoom in properly. Okay. All right, you get the point. All right, there's no oil, so that's what we are going to do. Okay, we're going to change the oil in this car and see how much oil is in there. All right, that is very bad for your engine, so make sure you change your oil on time. So the first thing we're going to do is to loose the oil cap right here, all right? And from there, we're going to loose the drain plug from under the car, all right? And why we do that is for gravity to push the oil down so that the oil can come out fast out the engine, all right? And this car, the viscosity is 5W20, okay, 5W20. All right, that's the viscosity. But because of the amount of mileage and the oil change was overdue, I'm putting a little thicker viscosity, which is 5W30. Okay, but you must always go with the viscosity for your car. I'm just doing that because the oil change was long overdue. There's hardly any oil in this car, all right? And that's what I decided to do, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is to remove this cap, okay, and it's very hard, so I'm going to get a wrench and remove it. Okay, so I have an adjustable wrench here. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to place the wrench on the cover like this. All right, and we are going to twist. There we go. Okay, it's already loose. So we're gonna lose the oil cap. All right, and look at it. Look at this big gunk of oil that is really black. Okay, so you must change your oil on time. Do not wait. Okay, you could cause catastrophic damage to your engine. All right, so now I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to clean it up before I replace it. Okay, if we look inside there, okay, you could see some little black particles, some little gunk, so change the oil on time. All right, so the next thing is to do is to go under the car, okay, and we look for the drain plug. All right, and if you notice, I have a jack stand there, and I have also one here in the middle of the car, the center of the car, in order for the car to be safe. Okay, but at all times you're supposed to use jack stands and not jack. Okay, so don't follow me and use jack. That's on you. That's a disclaimer. All right, and this is the drain pan right there, and that's the bolt we're going to lose. The drain pan bolt is this one here, and that's a 14 millimeter. So let me go get the 14 millimeter wrench and come, and then I'm gonna lose this and start to drain the oil. Okay, guys, it wasn't a 14. All right, that nut there was a 17 millimeter. So I had to go back to my other car, and get me a 17 millimeter wrench. Okay, so not all of them are 17, some are 14, but this one is a 17. We are now going to lose it and drain the oil. Okay, and then we'll continue from there. So let me lose it. It's already cracked. Okay, all right, still hard, so let me lose it a little more. All right, there we go. All right, as you can see, I have the drain pan right here. Okay, so we're gonna lose this bolt nut and let this oil drain right into the span right here. All right, there we go. All right, oh, as you can see, this oil is really black. Okay, and it's not a lot, so it's draining. Okay. Okay, guys, this is just a little bit of oil. Okay, so I do believe the car was burning oil, because this is just a little bit of oil. Don't ever let that happen to your car. Okay, so next, if you can see, it's just dripping. So it's just a little bit of oil. You could barely see it. I'm sorry for the view. Okay, but that's the only amount of oil that came out of this car. You could still see the bottom of the oil pan. All right, and next we're going to move the oil filter. All right, and the oil filter is right there. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to loose the oil filter, and we'll see how much more oil will come out. Okay, never ever do that to your car. You do your oil change on time and you constantly check your oil. Okay, it's because I'm hardly driving the car now. My wife drives the car a lot, so I am behind, and the light doesn't comes on to indicate that the oil is low, so that's really devastating. All right, so I'm going to remove that oil filter, and we're gonna see the remainder of oil that gets out this car. The oil is black, which means that the oil change is long overdue, and it's just a little bit of oil. Okay, so I'm gonna try to see how I could remove that oil filter and get this car going. All right, I had already loosened the oil filter, so I'm gonna turn it now by hand. All right, see, and then we're gonna see the amount of oil that will come out of this filter. Again, like what I'm saying, don't ever let your car run this low with oil. Okay, it's devastating and it's bad, and it's very catastrophic for the engine. You might have to get an engine rebuilt or a new engine if this happens to your car. Okay, so never let this happen to your car. All right, but I, as a technician, I know better, but that's when you're busy doing other stuff, things sometimes get caught up on you. Okay, so now as you can see, the oil filter is being loose. Okay, there we go. I'll throw it out to see how much is in there. Not a lot of oil either. All right, so now I'm going to replace this oil filter. I had already put on back I had already installed the drain plug. Okay, so now it's only to replace this filter and put the oil in, and then close the oil cap, check the oil level to make sure that it's at the right level, and replace the oil cap on top, and that's it. Okay, so I'll get back after I replace the oil filter. Okay, let's put this here. Oh man. Okay, viewers, now we have a better view of how much oil was inside the car. Just a little bit. Real less the amount that's supposed to be inside the car. That is really bad, and it's really black. Okay, it's long overdue, and that's because I didn't change it on time. Okay, this is the type of oil it carries. It's Quaker State, and as you can see, it's a 5W30 full synthetic, and this is a brand new filter. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove this plastic. Okay, after you remove that, we'll get some oil. Okay, some oil, and we rub it on the seal. Okay, on the seal. Okay, you put some oil on the seal. Then I'm going to pour some oil, okay, inside the filter in order to avoid a dry start. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. You don't have to, but I normally do that. Okay, I normally take some oil and pour it in there to avoid a dry start. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, take the oil. All right, I'm gonna pour. Okay, I don't want to cause a mess, so I'm just gonna turn the camera off and put it back on when I had already, or when I'm installing the filter. Okay, if you look, I had already poured some oil inside the filter and around the O-ring seal. Okay, so I'm gonna go under the car now and install the filter, then we'll continue the video. All right, I'm back under the car. Okay, and you could see that's where the oil filter goes. And this filter here, you don't have to really go too aggressive. It could be just hand tight. All right, but if you have a tool to give it a little more tightness, you know, that's okay, but you don't have to go real tight. You could just put on an oil filter, hand tight, okay? Hand tight is okay. All right, as you can see, it's going on nice and easy, okay? Nice and easy. See, that's it right there, okay? Just be careful of these edges. They are really, really sharp. All right, so I'm going to get the tool just to give it a little tightness, okay, because of the angle of my hand. All right, the angle is too bad, so I'm going to tighten it a little with the oil filter tool, and then I'm going to put in the oil. This is the oil filter tool right here. I'm going to tighten it a little, then I'm going to put in the oil, check the measurement, and start the car so that the oil circulates, and that's it for the oil change. Okay, oil filter fully installed. You could see a little scratches around the edges after I was using the tool to tighten it just a little, not too aggressive, because we have to remove it when we do another oil change. Okay, the drain plug is back in. All right, now we're going to go on top and put in the oil and start the car. Okay, but before we start the car, we're going to take a measurement. Okay, viewers, I had already poured in the oil. Okay, as you can see, all right, it takes like 3.5 quarts, because this is a 1.8 liter, so it takes only 3.5 quarts. And let's check our oil level, okay, to see where we are at. All right, and we pull out the dipstick. Okay, we look at it. All right, let's clean it. All right, let's clean it with the rag. All right, reinstall. And if you look closely, okay, come on, zoom. It's right on the money. Let me come a little bit closer. This zoom is okay, but it's right there between the two dots. See, oil is about to drip. So right there on the money. Okay, it's already topped off, so the next thing is to just start the car. Okay, and we are done. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. All right, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, okay, for future videos, as I will be making some more videos on the different type of work that I'll do. Okay, and now I'm going to replace the cover and start the car. That's it right there. Just need to click. All right, we go inside the car and start the car up and let the oil circulate. And that's it, folks. That's how you do your oil change. And an oil change job is not expensive, so you'll just save yourself a little bit of money, but you're still saving yourself some money. So let's start the car up and look for leaks. There we go. See? The oil light is not on. Okay. The lights you see there are the doors, and the trunk in the back, because I have that open. Let's check for leaks, and that's how you do an oil change on your car and save yourself some money. Okay, the engine is still okay, the car is not damaged, it's running fine. Afterwards it will run a little bit quiet. That's the initial startup. Let's look for leaks. Okay, go back to the car. Alright, we look around the drain plug. Nothing leaking. We're good there. Check at the filter, the oil filter. Alright, nothing leaking. We're good there. Okay, again, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, the notification bell, subscribe for future videos, and learn to save yourself some money. Thank you for watching.